So I am gonna be using gouache here. I use Holbein gouache. So everything I'm using here is actually like linked in the description. So all the art supplies like the gouache and the paint brushes and the sketchbooks. And I've been using Holbein gouache for years. The first time ever I tried it was like probably like 20 years ago, and it is like a OG gouache brand, like it's a Japanese brand. They've been around for decades, so I'll be using this stuff here. These are the paint brushes from Artify. It's like a travel brush set, and so you can like take them apart like that, and they don't take much space at all if you like to travel with your brushes. So yeah, these are the art supplies that I'm using. And yeah, let me see that I have everything set up here. I gotta pull out my reference shot as well. Yesterday was my first time doing a live stream here on YouTube, and it is definitely taking some, I mean, I feel like it takes me a while to get used to this. It's like a totally different style. Well, I'm not used to doing like horizontal live streams, so we'll see. I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually. So yeah, let's continue working on that one. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if the camera is shaking a lot. I'm not sure if I might not be able to see that, so I'm using a different tripod that I would normally use, so okay. Let me put some water here. So I have my little cup here, and it's all dirty and gunked up because I used to use this for oil painting back in the day. But I don't know, I kind of like it. It has some character to it, so yeah. So I just like to keep a little bit of water there, so I don't use like a ton of water when I paint with gouache. I mean, it kind of depends. Sometimes I like to paint with like very like thin translucent layers, kind of like with watercolor, and sometimes I just use like thick opaque layers. But I've noticed when I use a ceramic palette like this that I tend to paint with thinner layers because you kind of have to like you have to add water to the paint, so to reactivate it, but then at the same time it does thin out the paint quite a bit. If I use a wet palette, let me show this wet palette here real quick. This keeps the paint like all moist at all times, so I don't have to add as much water, but it is a total mess there, so I might use that, we'll see. I wonder if YouTube really likes the vertical streams better, because it doesn't really seem like these get pushed out as much. Should I zoom in a little bit more? Maybe I should. So I do struggle, I kind of struggle with the skin tones, so I figured I'll just do like a full sketchbook spread of like hands and feet and stuff like that. Usually repetition is the thing that makes you better. So if I feel like I kind of struggle with a certain topic, I just do tons and tons of reps. I wonder if this is gonna... This is a new setup that I'm using right now, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. I might have to adjust it as we go. It's the lighting that's the most tricky, like you gotta get the lighting right. Oh my god, what did I just do? So, oh my god, I was not thinking at all. with gouache, it's not a big deal though if you mess it up, because you can just paint over. So might have to wait for that to like dry out a bit before I can fully fix it. So welcome to the stream, everybody. So far we have only one person here, but welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. All the art supplies that I'm using are linked in that description. So I'm using this Lucchetti sketchbook. It's like a mixed media sketchbook. It's perfect for gouache and watercolor, and I mean for anything really. The pages are insanely thick, so there's like 600 GSM. It's, I think the average thickness for watercolor paper is usually 300 GSM, so this is twice as thick, so it is really good. That's dried up yet. Kind of want to keep these paintings more loose, however I already made that look super like the one I have above here. It's looking like all nice and clean, so I kind of have to match the style now. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay, let me see if I should... Is the lighting okay? Let me see if I can adjust some stuff here. It's the lighting always that's difficult to get right. So yeah, I don't have any crazy method here that I'm using when I paint my paintings. I'm just kind of slapping some paint on, and I just keep layering until I like the way it looks. It's getting me a little bit... Hold on guys, I need a rag here. So it's taking me a little while to get warmed up here and like get this thing really going. I do have some painting time-lapse videos and stuff like that also on my page, in case anyone's interested, if you want to see more like a full start to finish process, because I do paint very, very slow. Just really trying to think what am I even supposed to do here now, so taking my time with it. I used to rush through my paintings, and I feel like ever since I stopped doing that, my work has gotten so much better. There's no point in like rushing unless you have like some crazy deadline, like commissions or something. I don't actually even take commissions anymore. I mean, I do take them occasionally, but I don't really promote them, because I'm not a big fan of, like, I feel like I'm under so much pressure with commissions. Anytime I do a commission, I feel like I never like, what is that? Sorry guys, there's all kinds of crazy noises coming from outside. It's just they're testing the sirens, I guess, like on Fridays. So you might hear the siren. I got the window open too, so it's kind of loud. So I'm gonna like take my time working on these little details here. I'm just like so scared for some reason, like super intimidated. And when you do stuff on a live stream too, it makes it even extra scary. However, I'm like kinda used to live streaming because I used to do lots of live streams on TikTok, but I just got super fed up with it. Like that platform is a total freaking mess. So I'm done with it, and I figured I'm gonna move my stuff over to YouTube. So we'll see if it starts to go any better here. If you're new here, I'm a Finnish artist and illustrator. I've been living in the States for 11 years now. And I do lots of pencil and gouache. As a side hustle, I also sell some art supplies. So I do have all these art supplies linked in the description, and I do get like a small commission of each purchase. So if you buy anything through my links, you're also supporting me as an artist. So I do really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Good morning. Or I don't know what time of the day it is where you're at. I'm here in Indiana, so I don't know what time it is even. Is it like 10 or 11 a.m., something like that? I don't know if I'm a big fan of this camera shaking around, so I think for my next stream I'm gonna have to adjust my setup a little bit more. I feel like every time I like move my hand here or my arm, if it bumps on the table, then the camera is shaking. So let me just quickly show if we got some people watching like some of these other paintings that I've done here. Let me zoom out a bit. So I'm painting with gouache. These are the other paintings that I've done. And I do have some like shorts that I've uploaded of some of these paintings, like painting process videos. And I'm using this Luchetti sketchbook. And let me show you now, it's a good time to show. So it does have these insanely thick pages. So this is 600 GSM. And there is absolutely no buckling with the paper. So, and I use a lot of water and paint in generals, and there's, you can see like it's crazy. And the pages lay completely flat too, so you could totally like paint over that middle seam. I'm gonna be painting here over that middle seam to show it out to you. And yeah, these are just some pencil sketches. I use color lead when I do my sketches. I like to use color lead because it does not smudge. The downside of it is though that it is kind of difficult to erase. So I don't use a lot of pressure when I sketch. Yeah, I just like how it adds this like a little pop of color as well when you use color lead. It also trains you to be more confident with your like drawing or like pencil strokes or whatever you would call those. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions at all. I used to do lots of I used to do lots of miniature pet portraits for a little while, and it was fun and all that, but I do get kind of bored if I keep doing the same thing over and over. So now I just allow myself to do like or paint whatever I want and not put any like limitations, which is like I don't think I feel like I got kind of brainwashed years ago, like all these artists say like you gotta find a niche and you gotta stick with it, and if you want to like create a brand. But I feel like I get like such bad art block if I try to like restrict myself with like a certain topic or something like that. I don't know if you guys are even seeing anything that I'm doing here. Let's zoom it in. It's probably better if it's zoomed in a little bit more, I guess. I think next time I go live, I'll do the vertical stream just to kind of test it out, like which one performs better. I just feel like the horizontal stream looks so much better, especially like if you upload the stream to your page like afterwards. I personally, if I use the YouTube app, I usually watch the videos horizontally. So, but I don't know, or maybe people just nowadays they just use their phone for everything and they like the vertical format more. So yeah, let me know if you have any feedback regarding that. Do you enjoy vertical or horizontal? We should get this cup in the, hold on. Let me adjust my setup here a little bit. It's easier when I have everything like right next to me. I want to make sure it's kind of on camera too, but I don't know if that's gonna work out. So when it comes to mixing colors, it is quite a mess here, honestly. Like oftentimes I have no freaking idea what I'm doing, so I'm just slapping on some paint here and hoping for the best. And now I'm just using a damp brush here, so the reason why I really love gouache is that it is just so easy to work with. You can reactivate it with water. So you just go in with a damp brush if you want to blend something. But it is also just so convenient, like you can paint over if you don't like something. If you feel like you made a mistake, you can just go and paint over. In a matter of fact, I'm gonna paint over here a little bit. The feet, I got like some reference pictures of feet. I had my husband he was like a food model for me. So there are like all kinds of veins and stuff on the feet, and I don't know, like, am I gonna nail it? Like, can I do it or not? I guess I can try. And then if it doesn't look good, I just paint over it. Like I said, like you can just whatever. If I mess it up, it's not a big deal. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Good morning, or I don't know what time of the day it is where you guys are at. Let me know where you're watching from. So I am painting with gouache here. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to adjust my setup a little bit more, not right now, but for the next stream. The camera is like, I feel like the tripod, every time I move my arm, I feel like it shakes, and like, I don't like that. The tripod I'm using is not the best. I can get some really nice overhead shots with it, but it is not like super sturdy and stable, so I'm not a big fan of it. Oh no, I think I got like some cat hair in there or something. Can I get it away? Oh, I feel like it's already dried up there. Good morning and welcome to the stream. Yesterday was my first live stream here on YouTube, and it's still taking a little bit of getting used to, because I am used to streaming on TikTok. Because I am so fed up with TikTok, so I figured that I'm gonna like just move my live streams over here on YouTube, and we'll just see how it goes. From Netherlands, nice. I am actually originally from Finland, but I do live in the States now. I've been living in the States for 11 years now. But yeah, Netherlands is such a beautiful place. I love it. I've visited like a couple times. I feel like the comments might be coming in delay. So if it seems like it's taking me forever to reply to your comments, it's because there is clearly a delay on the chat. So I'm sorry about that. So I'm painting with gouache here. And I'm just kind of slowly adjusting and like layering it up and taking my time with it. There's no rush. I am pretty slow when it comes to painting. So if some of you guys want to just see like a quick start to finish process, then it's probably better if you just go look at some of my shorts. So I have uploaded quite a few shorts on my page where you can like see the start to finish painting process. And I'm sorry if it seems like I'm super repetitive, especially if you're watching this afterwards. Then it's just because I can just see new people coming in and out, so it's kind of, I feel like I have to be a little bit repetitive here. I feel like this angle is not the best. Like I feel like my hand is kind of like hiding everything I do. Let me see if I can readjust this setup here. Might honestly just have to pull it more. Because you guys, you need to be able to see what I'm doing here, otherwise this whole thing is totally pointless. Okay, what was I doing here? It's gonna take me a while to fully figure out this setup, I feel like. Yeah, this tripod is not working out either. I can just see it like shaking and stuff every time I move my hand. I think I want to go in there and clean up the edges of the drawing a little bit. I can see that there is like some pencil marks there. Not sure if it's visible to the camera, but I have my handy dandy electric eraser. This is linked in the, I think there's like in the description there's a link that says drawing supplies, or like every artist must have, or something like that. I got this electric eraser. It is really good for cleaning up the edges of your drawings, just keeping everything nice and clean. Yeah, I might have to experiment with different angles. Yeah, this is not working out, guys. I wonder if I can change. Let me try to set up. I have another tripod here, so maybe I'll just have to try to set it up right now. What the heck, let's do it. Not a big fan of this situation right now. I have so many tripods. I've tried them all except there is this one specific one I haven't. I'm like kind of eyeing on it. It's like that. It's called like a toner tripod or something like that. I really want to try that out. So yeah, it's gonna take me a while. I'm just currently setting up this other tripod here. Wish me luck. Let's hope this works better. If you have any questions, let me know. Awesome, Haley. Yeah, I tried to link absolutely everything I could. Because, I mean, why not? Why the heck not? Okay, let me see. Your Amazon is so organized. Yeah, I did work pretty hard on that for the other day. And I'm like, am I still missing something? I don't know. Okay, guys, sorry, it's taking me a while. I'm trying to set up this other tripod. I am not digging. Like, the one I'm using right now, like, every time I bump the table or something, like, the tripod is, like, shaking around and stuff. And that is not what we're going for here. So I wonder if this is gonna work better or not. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna move around here a little bit. How the heck am I gonna do this? Okay. Let's see. I'm a little bit nervous how this is gonna work out. Hold on. I got so many tripods and stuff. It's like, if I can't find a good setup here, then I don't know what the heck. Let's see. This shouldn't shake. It should be like pretty sturdy at least. But no, let's keep adjusting this. No, it's just the lighting is a total mess. Oh my god. Welcome. I'm trying to figure out this setup here and lighting and everything. I think you can kind of see. Thank you, Haley. Nice, you got yours set up yesterday. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to set up that Amazon account, but hopefully it's worth it. Okay. Yes, I gotta start now. I gotta get this thing going here. So sorry, it is a very slow progress here again, once again. I feel like I'm just spending majority of time like trying to figure out a setup and stuff, so it is not going very well here. Sometimes I wonder if this was easier if I would just use the color straight out of a tube. Because I am kind of like, I'm mixing a lot of the colors, but I don't have like I got the whole bank gouache. I don't have like a lot of variety with the different colors. I feel like it's like a set of 12 colors or something like that. Yeah, now the lighting is kind of off. I am gonna have to figure this out. Thumbnail looks good too. Nice, thanks. Yeah, I was like, okay, let's take a good thumbnail. Yeah, every time you do these streams and stuff, I feel like you learn something new. I'm not a big fan of this lighting here. Let me see if I turn that off. What happens when I do that? Well, that's even worse. I'm just gonna have to leave it on. I'll keep experimenting with these live streams. So right now I'm gonna use a damp brush here and blend a little bit. I'm trying not to overblend because I do like the look of like the loose brush strokes and stuff. Honestly, I should probably not be doing too much blending here right now. But I do need to work on those like toenails and stuff because yeah, I need to get those on point. Got some eraser shavings here too. Okay, I am just kind of overwhelmed here. I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna take the smallest brush in the set. So it's a pretty small brush. Like you can definitely get the small details on point with this one. And like I showed earlier, like these are the travel brushes from Artify, so you can like, this is how you store them. They don't take much space, and then when you're ready to paint, you just pop it open like that. But yeah, these are really cool. I like them. They don't take much space, like I said. However, let me clean that up a little bit here as well. I'm just gonna do like a light outlining, kind of like what I have here, to make it kind of, I feel like that it really makes it pop out too. So I'm just gonna mix some blue and brown. I'm trying to avoid using too much black, so I don't even have any black here on this palette. Now obviously you're not gonna be able to see some of this stuff because my hand is blocking it, so sorry. Maybe it would be better to have the camera more off to the like left side, so I will have to keep experimenting with this setup here. That is surprisingly dark, like it almost looks like it's black. Not sure if you guys can see it, but it's just brown and blue, and it's like a little bit too dark for me, so I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter here. However, gouache is kind of interesting. Like if you use like darker tones, they tend to kind of, once the gouache dries, then it like looks a lot lighter than it originally did. So I might be like overreacting here. Maybe it's not that bad. I just need to like wait for it to dry a little bit. So I will probably use some of these designs for stickers. So that's why I'm not doing any background or anything like that. Oh my god, I'm kind of struggling here. Yeah, the lighting is bad. Every time I go here, because I got a light that's coming from the right upper angle, so when I put my hand here, it's casting a shadow, so I gotta add more light coming from the left angle to get a good setup here. Yeah, this is kind of a bad habit of mine. Like I like to do the outlining. If you want your artwork to look like hyper realistic and stuff, it's better not to do that. But it is just something like I just can't help it. I just feel like it just makes it look super clean and crisp, and it really makes it like pop out of the page when there's a little bit of outlining. That's just a stylistic choice and personal preference. I definitely, like years ago, I did get criticized for that on one of the art classes. Like one of the art teachers said that like my outlining is like too heavy and stuff. So it totally depends what the style, what type of style you're going for though. These are pictures of my husband's feet, and he has like insanely long toes. So that is kind of fun to paint some weird looking feet. Perfection is boring anyway. I have noticed that I gravitate towards, like when I try to find reference pictures nowadays, that I gravitate towards like more like weird looking stuff, or like it needs to have something. But before, when I first started painting, I was just always looking for like these perfect, like pretty pictures to paint, and like the more weird it is, the better. Yeah, I think next time I paint, I'll just use my wet palette. I already miss it. The reason I like this though is that it is super small and compact. Kind of looks good on camera too. It's kind of in the way here. I guess I have to somehow let my followers on TikTok know that I'm doing live streams here on YouTube now, because I was getting like some people watching there, like some, but not much, like not enough to make it worth like continue streaming on TikTok. So I guess I gotta make like an update or announcement. But TikTok will honestly, they will probably just hide it anyway if I try to tell people to come here. So it's gonna be all pointless or useless anyway. I feel like I don't have quite enough paint here. Let's move this so you can kind of see that other foot there. So that turned out a little bit too red for my liking. I mean, in a way, it's a cool look, but that's why I'm doing these food and hand studies here, is because I want to get better at mixing skin tones. When I used to mix skin tones, like I haven't been painting portraits, like human portraits and stuff like that, for a long time, but I used to always have this struggle of like the skin looking super ashy, like just super ashy and kind of gray. So I was trying to kind of compensate or like counteract that, and I feel like I made it like too saturated, so it's like a little bit too red and vibrant, but I don't know. It's definitely is something you just gotta work on it, or like keep practicing. Anytime you're like kind of trying to learn a new skill, you just need lots of repetition. And you can't give up too soon. So oftentimes when if people come to me and they say like, oh, like I could never paint like that, or why can't I can't paint like that, I think it's just that they gave up too soon. Because I used to hate painting. I would avoid painting like plague, and I was not very good at it too, because I just like tried and I did not like how it looked, and I just instantly gave up basically. And then I just thought that I could never paint, and I hated painting and all that stuff. But you just really gotta like keep doing it. Like you gotta practice, keep doing it over and over again until you know you get to the results that you like. And that's why I really love gouache too, because you could just paint over as many times as needed. I'm gonna have to let that dry a little bit and then I'll fix that. I'm not really digging the color there right now. But yeah, gouache does dry pretty fast, especially if you don't use like a ton of water. If you, some people, they just paint, like take the paint straight out of a tube, which I think that's a, oh my god, I'm gonna have to, I can't get in there. I gotta move some of this stuff, and now you can't see what I'm doing here, sorry. If you take gouache straight out of a tube, I think it's a little bit too dry. It can be difficult to work with. So I do recommend mixing a little bit of water with it, but yeah, the more water you add, the longer it's gonna take to dry and all that. So, and it's also, it might get that like more like a transparent watercolor look to it. Okay. Yeah, so I gotta fix that one part there a little bit. That's not quite right either. Struggling to get the right color here. Everything's just so mudded up on my palette, so I'm like really struggling to get the right colors. I got some cat hair on my brushes too. If I could work on the veins and stuff like that a little bit more, I feel like that would be it for this painting, but I'm kind of scared I'll ruin it. Also, I'm like, since I do sometimes struggle with mixing colors, sometimes I like accidentally mix the right color. And then I just go over any areas that need that specific color. It's hilarious. Like, yeah, I wish I could just mix the right color straight off the bat, like, but nah. Not yet. I'm not there yet, so I'm still learning here as well. Okay, I think we're almost done here. I'm trying not to like overwork my drawings and paintings too. It's easy to just keep going and just like never freaking know when to stop. It's the toenails that need a little bit of extra work here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm gonna go here in a few. So yesterday was my first time live streaming here on YouTube. I think next time I stream, I'll try like a vertical stream and just see if that will perform better. Because I definitely didn't really get that many people on here today. So, okay. But hopefully if I end up re-uploading this stream to my page, that maybe that will get more views. So yeah, the toenails need a little bit of extra work here, but like I said, I'm not gonna like spend too much time on this. It is just a quick little food study, or it's supposed to be a quick one. And for my next stream, I'll also work on the lighting and all that stuff. So I'm not like super happy with the lighting today. I might actually also get like a delivery. I gotta go sign a package, so I have to go for that as well. Let's see if I'm able to download the live stream and like do like a full painting process video. Okay. Then I'm just gonna do a little bit of a cleaning up here. So I have to get like a pure white. I don't know if, dang, that's already so mudded up. Let me see if I can clean it up. I have some white paint here. So I just use white paint for the edges, like if there's something to clean up. Oh, yeah, that's not even pure. That's funny, like it looks super clean here on the palette, but then when I paint here, it's not. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take like a, that's a bummer. I gotta take new clean white. Let me see. This thing is so dried up, so I'm just gonna start a new tube here. So I did just buy more white paint. Oh, there it is. This is the Holbein gouache that I use. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of white here because I don't want to waste. I just need like a super clean, pure white so I can clean up the edges of that painting. It's like even if there's even a hint of any other color mixed with the white, then it's not gonna work. Because the paper is pure white, obviously, so it needs to be pure. Oh yeah, maybe I need to also experiment with having some background music and stuff like that for these streams too. I could also try some like drawing streams. I feel like in general, when I do drawing streams on TikTok, those perform so much better than my painting streams. So yeah, I'm just kind of talking to myself here. Just thinking out loud what to do for my next stream. There's like some eraser shavings here and stuff, so not the best. Okay, I think we're done here. I'm just gonna wrap it up. I feel like it's pointless for me to work on this more, and I just want to get on to a new painting. So these are some of the other sketches that I have here that I gotta work on next. So we got some hands, more feet. Oh my god, there's like this dumb shadow, I feel like. Or is it just on my phone? No, there is like a shadow. Where is it coming from? I don't know. Yeah, I gotta figure out the setup for my next live stream. Okay, I'm out now. Thank you for joining, everybody. Bye bye.